Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Controvert podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about how you should actually let your girlfriend get hit on by dudes. Purposely let her get hit on by dudes. And we're going to be talking about the insecure Asian guys who don't. You know why? We'll play this video right now and you'll see why.
All right, baby. How many times you get hit on a day?
A day? It can vary from like 1 to 3, but depends. If they see you with me, obviously they won't hit on me.
All right, what happened today?
What if he watches this video, babe?
They'll know that you're making people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was uncomfortable. So basically, I left the gym and there's these two guys and they're basically trying to like catcall, like trying to get my attention, saying shit like, damn, you look good, you look fine, whatever. And I'm trying to ignore them. I'm just like walking to the parking garage. And then before...
First off, I want to say, why do guys do this? Like, why do you guys catcall? What's the point of this? You think you out with the boys and then you just see a girl walking by herself and you guys go like, ooh, damn, you guys looking, you looking fine, girl. I mean, if anything, it's just gonna scare the fuck out of her, right? Come on, man, make it make sense, bro. Like, why are you doing that? What's the point of that? What is your intention? What is your goal? What do you expect the outcome is gonna be? Like, she's gonna be like, oh my god, yeah, bunch of guys say I look cute. Here, let me go talk to them. No, fool, what the hell, man? Guys gotta stop doing this, man.
Before I hit the door, one of the guys, I guess, like, comes up. I just want to say, you're so beautiful. Like, do you have a boyfriend? And I told him, yes, I do. And he goes, oh, well, does your boyfriend let you have followers on Instagram? I'm like, no, like, I'm a good girl. Like, I'm not gonna give you my Instagram, whatever. And he's like, oh, okay, well, I trust you, you're beautiful, whatever.
All right, first off, you lead the conversation with, I just want to say you're beautiful. And then she says, no, I don't give out my Instagram because my boyfriend doesn't let me, or I don't do that stuff. And you still go like, oh, okay, well, you're beautiful. How many times are you going to boost this girl's ego, bruh? What's the point? And like, I think you're so beautiful, if you add the so, it just makes it like so much more intensified, as if you're pedestalizing this girl way too much. And you already put yourself at a lower level than this girl. Why would she want to give her number out to you or do anything? Even if she didn't have a boyfriend, why would she want to do that? All right, this is aside the point. I mean, we're going to talk about other things in this video, but I don't know. Some of these dudes, some of you guys just have the weirdest ways to approach girls. Hey, you're beautiful. Can I get your number? Oh my God. I'm not like a dating coach or whatever, but that's just, you guys got to take a dating class or something.
It was creepy because I didn't think he was gonna follow me and stalk me the whole time. Like, he was following me the whole time I was walking to the parking garage. And then after that, like, I thought he was gonna go into the parking garage too, but no, he just went there just to talk to me, like, followed me just to talk to me, and then he just left and went back the other way.
You know, and at the end of the day, she's the one that chooses whether or not to, entertain the dude or not. Because you gotta be not afraid to lose your girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, if she bounces for whatever reason, you gotta be 100% cool with it. I'm not saying that that person isn't important to you, but you gotta be in a mindset of abundance, For example, if she does you dirty or is disloyal, then, just pack it up.
His intention of saying this is because he's saying that the guys who are always worried about their girlfriends getting hit on, you're not going to be there for each single moment. You're not going to be always with her, like working out 24/7. What are you going to do? You're just going to like live with her and be in her life constantly? That's not going to work out. There's always going to be times where she's going to be isolated and alone. So this is very, very important, because when she's alone and you're always like with her and controlling and kind of like monitoring like what's going on with her life and fending off these guys, and when she doesn't have you there and she decides, oh, I finally have my freedom, You know what? Let me entertain this a little bit. You just fucked up.
And, you know, some things can be repaired, but, you know, if it ever gets to the point where it's about loyalty, then it's pretty hard to come back from that. And if you're the type of dude that keeps going back to your girl after she cheats on you or is disloyal to you, then you're a simp in my eyes, in my opinion. You know, and it goes both ways too, you know what I mean? If you ain't demonstrating loyalty to your girl, then, you know, how can you expect your girl to demonstrate loyalty to you? And I think it's good that dudes, you know, kind of hit on my girl because it kind of shows me where she stands too in our relationship, you know. She was out here giving away her Instagram and just giving out her number or, you know, having all these hee hee ha ha conversations with.
I love, like, dude, this guy is a fucking goat. Like, I just want to say, when I first like saw this guy, this was like an ad played to me. I guess he paid for an ad and then it was like a sponsored Instagram thing. Came out of nowhere, right? I was like a little bit confused, but I saw this dude and he just had this like gangster look, kind of mumbling a little bit. And I was like, man, he doesn't seem too outspoken. But when you start listening to what he says, just because he's mumbling, you can actually understand him like really easily what he's saying, even though he's like just kind of talking a little bit like a little bit deep voice, you know what I mean, and just like a little bit gangster, you know, but like he's still kind of got that smooth flow, which is mad respectful. I mean, I respect this guy. I also saw like all these tattoos and I was just like, dang, this guy might be that type of guy that's gonna be like, yeah, you should be. he at first glance, no disrespect, but like, you know, there's those gangsters who are just like always insecure and they would be like, yo, no, you can't talk to my girl. What? You talking to my girl? Hey, let's get down. And those types of gangster dudes are like the softest gangster motherfucking dudes I've ever seen. Cause man, they trying to fight over some stupid thing. And we'll get into that in a second, but I want to address this hee hee ha ha thing because, yeah, man, like, as I said, you will never be always with your girl. And so if you're trying to prevent her from getting hit on all the time and you're so focused on that, the moment she gets that ability to finally get this attention from other guys, she will start being like, because she's like not used to it because you're always there. And here's another thing. When you're always there with her, what is that type of feel? When someone is always with you, what is the feeling that you're going to give this person? A sense of lack of independence, right? So when a girl has a lack of independence and when she finally gets it, she finally seizes that opportunity. She's like, oh, wow, I want to entertain this shit. So in a sense, you're kind of training this behavior. You're kind of allowing for this behavior to happen because once she's exposed to it, she's not used to it. You actually have to train the opposite and keep training her to get hit on. Just don't even be, why are you so worried about like fending these guys off like when she's alone? Bro, you have work. She has work. She probably gets hit on by her coworkers. What the hell are you gonna do there? Like start working at her workplace? Fuck is wrong with you, man? Oh my God. Oh, and I got some stories about like these other dudes that I've encountered. We'll get to that in a second. Let's just finish this video.
Random strangers and becoming best friends with other dudes in the gym. That's just, you know, that's a clear sign for me that, you know, that's not the type of girl for me. You know what I'm saying? So if your girl doesn't respect or understand your boundaries and your standards and she challenges you on that, then she probably doesn't see you as the prize, you know what I'm saying? If she don't see you as the prize, and if she don't respect you, then that relationship's just gonna be fucking rocky anyway. So I think that's a good telltale sign that, you know, whether or not your girl is loyal or not is, you know, how does she respond when guys be like trying to get at her and shit. Anyways, y'all take care. Y'all have a great day and train hard.
Man, for real, this guy looks like a very loving character. Like, you just look at him and he just looks like one of those soft giants. And you're just like, even though he got all these tattoos, you could see he's a gentle giant. But if you fuck with him, he'll become a monster. It's like you never want to poke the monster. You never want to fuck with the monster. And this guy is probably like a gentle giant on the outside, then becomes like the craziest Godzilla if you fuck with him. Yeah, dude, like this guy's very well spoken and I respect what he says. He's definitely the embodiment of a true boss, because what he's saying is that you should actually let your girlfriend get hit on, because he didn't really say this, right? But he's saying that like it's a really good test. If you let your girl get hit on, you can see how she reacts to it. Like for this encounter, she reacted to it by like telling her boyfriend, hey, I got hit on today at the gym and then it was kind of creepy and I just kind of fended this guy off and it's not a big deal, but I just want to be transparent with you and let you know that this happened today and I'm going to always like reject these guys. And I'm pretty sure this guy doesn't get pissed off. He's not going to be pissed off unless her life's in danger or she feels like, wow, this guy's like stalking the hell out of me. Maybe he kind of felt like that with this one, but with me, like I felt like I always let my girl get hit on. Any of my girlfriends, I always just let them get hit on, because that's the biggest test. And look, like if anyone's gonna say like you shouldn't test your girlfriend, bro, girls are always testing us. Girls are always testing Asian dudes. Like, all right, let's see if this guy's manly enough, because I mean, Asian dudes like have the least masculinity. So it's always tested on the line. Like, does this guy have enough balls? For example, if you want to step, she's not going to test you to see if like you're going to step in. More so, there's been cases where like, because I didn't step in, she's like, do you not care about me? And that's another critical moment, because now she starts thinking, this guy doesn't really have that much. Maybe he has care. Maybe. But it's kind of mind fucking. And so that mind fuck, girls kind of ride on that. And she's like, this guy is kind of hard to understand. And when a guy is harder to understand, then the girl would be more inclined to like be attracted to him. Like, for example, people just like what they just don't understand. I think like it applies to women a lot too. Women, when they don't understand something, like they just like it even more. That's why it's like a common thing in like, I think dating classes or dating coach programs where it's like, be mysterious. I never signed up for those programs, but I mean sometimes I see those ads and sometimes I see just like Instagram posts and they do say be mysterious, because you don't want to give out all your cards. If you give out all your cards, then you're too easily understood, and when you're too easily understood, the girl won't find any interest in you. And so I think it's not a matter of, oh, like you don't care about me, screw you. It's more like, why doesn't he care about me? You know what? Like I want to see if he actually cares about me with like other things. So then it actually has this like reverse psychology. Now she's just like, okay, I think I like him even more, because he's so confident in himself that he doesn't think I could be pulled away by another dude. You know what I mean? And so there's all these dudes, these Asian dudes out there. Well, I talk about Asian dudes because obviously this is an Asian male podcast, right? A podcast for like Asian males, and just talking about Asian dating, sometimes for like Asian women too. It'd be nice if we could get a Asian co-host, Asian female co-host, by the way. So if you guys know anyone that's like a Asian female living around LA 626 area, let me know. Send a DM, comment down below. It'd be nice so we could get different perspective, female perspective. But yeah, dude, like all these Asian guys are just so beta. You know what I mean? Like it's like this one time I was at the club and I was talking to this girl and she was like loving it. She loved the attention that I was giving her. And I was like just smooth talking and she was just like she didn't even say I have a boyfriend. Bro, we even danced for a little bit. I didn't even know she had a boyfriend still. Okay? We're dancing. Guess what? This guy, a shorter Asian dude, okay? I say short because I think that kind of correlates to his insecurity a little bit. Like, no offense to like the short kings, but I mean, there's going to be like more insecurity with like shorter guys. It's just a natural phenomenon, right? Guys who don't work out that much, they're going to be a little bit more insecure too. It's just natural, right? I'm not trying to shit on dudes, but Like this short Asian guy, I think he probably saw a guy who was taller than him dancing with this chick. He got pissed off and he was like, hey, yo, that's my girl. And this guy pushed me. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? I didn't even know that was your girl. What the fuck is wrong with you? And then so I kind of got in his face. I was like, yo, don't do that. Like, I didn't even know that was your girl. Chill out. She didn't even say that she was your girl. So that's the thing. You know, like when a girl is finally exposed to that level of attention, she will entertain it. She will entertain it. And she won't even say that she has a boyfriend because she hasn't had this level of attention for a really long time because you trained her to not be able to handle these certain situations. You know what I mean? You trained her to be sheltered within your grasp. She always has to be monitored. And when you did that bullshit, now she reaps the rewards. When you're not around, actually you were around, you're within like 5 feet away. I saw this guy while I was talking to her. This guy kept glancing over from like 5 feet away. And I was like, who is this guy? Oh, whatever. I'll just keep talking to her. She didn't say she has a boyfriend. And then we're dancing. And then this guy pushes me. I'm like, what the hell? Dude, we almost fought, man. If it wasn't for everyone like pushing us away, I almost would have just like done something to this guy. But honestly, like here's the thing, like it's not the guy's fault if he's hitting on your girl, you know. It's only his fault when he's hitting on your girl and she says that she has a boyfriend. If this girl already said to you that, oh, I have a boyfriend, and you're still hitting on her, that's your fault, bruh. That is your fault. But like, look, this girl never said she had a boyfriend, so that's free grabs for me. You know what I mean? So I mean, yeah, that's just like how it is. Like if your girl doesn't even want to say that she has a man, and that just shows like how much little respect she has for you. And this is why I say it's the final test. And this guy is smart too. He's pretty much indirectly saying that it's the final test. Not even the final test, it's the final ongoing test, because this will keep happening throughout the lifetime of this chick. She will always get hit on by dudes, and you won't be there for every single moment. So the only way to counteract that is you got to let her understand how to deal with that. And that comes with the trust. That comes with the trust to be like, hey, babe, like, I trust that you will know what to say to these guys. And even if she doesn't know, and even if she screws up, screw it, that's her loss, right? You just let her go. Move on to the next. Why would you want to keep a girl caged up? A bird will want to fly out anyways, right? So why keep it caged up? It's just like, I mean, I dated a girl before, and then she was, oh my gosh, she was a hoe. And not only that, she was like into doing a lot of like snow. She loved snow like a lot. She stopped doing it because of me. And she would always say like, yeah, I went to a party and then they had like all this stuff, like white stuff all over there. And then I didn't do it because I promised you that I wouldn't do it. And I could tell that she was like hesitating. I could tell that she was very allured by this snow. Like she really wanted to do it. And she made it such a big deal. I'm like thinking, why is this such a big deal? Like you shouldn't be doing this shit anyways, you know? Like I don't date girls that do that stuff, you know what I mean? So when we broke up, it was like a bubble waiting to burst. The bubble just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. What is the analogy for the bubble, you ask? The analogy for the bubble is her whole tendencies. She's like, oh shit, I want to sleep with this guy, that guy, but I'm holding it in for this panda dude because I love him so much. But it's just getting bigger and bigger. She can't control it. The only person that's controlling it is me. And I wasn't even really controlling it, but it was her love for me. So the bubble's getting bigger, but her love for me is constricting it, constraining it to not let it pop. There's this cushion on top of it. And not only that, she also had the in addition to the whole tendencies, it was also the snow tendencies, right? The snow tendencies where it's like, oh shit, I avoided doing this because I have so much love for you. So once we broke up, instantly, right away, she was like hooking up with guys left and right and doing a bunch of snow. And not only that, she was doing I can't even say it on the podcast, but she was doing an X. Starts with an X, whatever, right? Figure it out. So she's doing hella X, and just blacking out, sleeping with dudes left and right, and then not even remembering sometimes like who she slept with. And with me, she was just like kind of an angel. So this is the thing, like you want to let your girl get hit on to see what her actual behavior is. It's like the bubble analogy, right? And I'm not going to belabor the point. Let's just get into this next video.
Do you want to know why I'm not worried? Because the door's always open. She's free to go. What she does doesn't define my worth. Because if my security in a relationship is based on superficial things like money, looks, sex, because I have her passwords and location, all of that is insecurity and control, and that will suffocate the relationship. You see, a cage doesn't change a bird's desire to fly. So if she ever feels the need to entertain a bunch of people outside the relationship, then I will gladly hold the door open for her.
Very short and simple video. This is great. This kind of intertwines with the analogy I gave about the caged bird, right? A girl being caged. I mean, I got the cage from this guy, but my analogy was about the bubble, right? I always talked about it like the bubble waiting to burst. So what I want to talk about with this one is that the door is always open, right? Let's break that down. When the door is always open, what he means by this and how I see it is that I'm always going to find out one way or another if this girl is entertaining this crap, even the slightest bit or the biggest bit, whatever, right? If she entertains it, I mean, I got friends that will tell me what's going on. I got a lot of friends that they'll let me know, hey, like, Panda, this happened. I saw your girl here. It's happened hella times, okay? And it's crazy because you see a girl and she becomes your girlfriend and then you start to build that trust, but then you don't actually know the girl until like she starts receiving all this attention. And so, yeah, like the door is open during that time. And once I found out, instantly, I let her go. Instantly. I'm not the type of guy, and you shouldn't be the type of guy who just keeps clinging onto a girl when she's like wanting to like go for this other guy. Why do that? You know what I mean? It's like you can't keep trying to keep this bird from flying out. If this bird doesn't have that much love for you, if this bird doesn't have that much ability to keep her whole tendencies going out of control, then fuck her. And she just exposed herself. So if she exposed herself, then you should say, okay, that's a blessing. I'm glad that happened. I'm glad this guy came in and then showed me her true face, her true colors. So if you're always going to suppress a girl from doing this, one way or another, when she has that opportunity, she's going to take it. And once she takes it, is it going to hurt way later down the road, or is it going to hurt like 1 year in the relationship? Like, let's say you guys get married and 10 years later she does this, it's going to hurt way more, right? So if someone is just naturally like they can't control their D, they can't control their P, dude, naturally they are just not for anyone. Honestly, they have no loyalty. Especially like women, like for example, if women have no loyalty, that is a big thing for guys. I think there's some women who could actually like cope with that. Okay, like my guy, he slept with this girl, but she's like a freelance worker, so whatever, I'm just gonna let it slide. I personally don't know too many girls like that, but I don't know, maybe like money is a factor that makes these girls like that. So I personally don't use money. I mean, it's not like I come from a broke background or I'm broke myself. I just personally hate using or letting money define the relationship. Like, I like to have a real love, right? I always promote on this podcast, let's go for true love. And true love doesn't consist of just loving a guy for money. And when a girl loves a guy for money, that's when the relationship fails. Yeah, I mean, there are some relationships out there where it's like, okay, like this guy is gonna accept the fact that this girl just loves money and women just love money and just uses that. And yeah, okay, sure, that's a successful relationship. But what's the girl gonna do when you have no more money? You're screwed, right? So that, in a sense, isn't real love. And that's what I always preach on this podcast. So like for me, yeah, I mean, I honestly wouldn't even use like money to try to swoon these girls over. And loyalty is a big thing for guys. Loyalty, like for guys, like they wouldn't want a girl like sleeping around with like a lot of guys or entertaining this type of bullshit. So yeah, man. I think I have one more story. It's about one of my really good friends. He was like a big brother to me in high school. He got, I guess, his first girlfriend in college. And so we were partying it up. And then I was just like, not even hitting on his girl, but just like, hey, yeah. Because we're all partying, right? We're all partying. And I'm just like, hey, yeah. You like that drink? And he comes in. He's like, hey, don't talk to my girl. Oh, my God. Dude, this guy lost all my respect when he did that. I think this guy just became a nobody after that, because this guy got cheated on by this girl. And this girl would like write really sickening things. Like, she had a diary and she would like write a lot of things in her diary, like, oh, today I cheated on my boyfriend and I achieved my fantasy. Dude, this girl was sick. This girl was sick in the head. I think that was enabled because of this behavior from this guy, just always constricting. So that's what I'm saying. If you're an Asian dude, you got to stop doing that. Like, stop doing this type of behavior. I don't think this happens much with like other guys out there, like non-Asian dudes. But I think like this is a really big thing with like Asian dudes. Like, they're like, because of the lack of masculinity and lack of confidence that most Asian dudes have, they are more insecure, and they'd be like, why are you talking to that dude? Well, it's only a problem when she's talking to that dude in a very promiscuous way. But if she's just like, oh, haha, yeah, party, yeah, okay, whatever, and not just like having these hee-hee-ha-ha conversations, I think that's fine. But like, bro, like, dude, you gotta chill out. You gotta show the true masculine essence of like just not giving a fuck. Because honestly, there's a lot of times like you'll see like a lot of dudes out there who, when they just don't give a fuck, like the girl just likes this guy a lot more. You know what I mean? So why are you trying to constrict the girl to a point where she's gonna want to get attention from these guys? You know what I mean? And final point I want to make is that when I was constricted by girls like this, it made me want to actually go seek attention from other girls, because I'm like, damn, I haven't had this feeling, and I just keep having all this like time with this one chick, and you start to think about other things. But when you have a girl, like for example my current partner, right, she doesn't give a crap what I do. And because she doesn't give a crap, I'm sure she will care if I actually do something, right? But she trusts me so much to a point where it's like, I don't even care to entertain that stuff, you know? But with other girls, yeah, there were times when I had hee-hee-ha conversations, and I think that was enabled because of this constraint that this girl always gave me. Like, for example, I would be like, hey, I want to go out with the boys to the club. I'm going to the club with the boys. I had no intention to go talk to other girls, right? But she would be like, oh, you're not going to take me? And all these times where it's like, I could have had my independence, I could have had my alone time, I could have had time with the boys, innocent time with the boys, not actually going out to like strip clubs or whatever, right? But innocent times, and no intention of wanting to just like screw around. Then she wants to tag along. I always felt like, God damn, I just need my peace. And it's kind of like when you go out to a party or you go out hanging out with like a bunch of friends, you come home, right? And you go like, I want some alone time. You go and you JO on the computer. No, I'm just kidding. But but like you just watch some Netflix or you watch some AV, whatever the hell you watch. I don't know, you sick ass mind. But yeah, you probably just want some alone time and you're just like, okay, I got my alone time, now I can sleep. You know, you need to recharge, you know what I mean? And so I think during those times when I was caged up with this girl always behind my back, always like breathing down my back, always like with me, always watching every single action that I do, always watching my phone, always watching everything about me and trying to spend as much time with me as possible. I felt like I didn't have that freedom, and that made me a little bit radicalized to want to seek extreme freedom, which came with like these hee-hee-ha conversations with girls, hitting on girls and letting them hit on me, all of that crap, right? So with my current partner, like, because, and even my previous partner, we had an open relationship. That open relationship, I didn't even sleep with other girls. I mean, because we already had this established relationship of, okay, we could do this with other people, but because it was so open and things were out there and we had the freedom, we both didn't even want to sleep with other people, you know what I mean? And it's crazy how that works. It's like a mind fuck in a sense, where it makes you go like, yeah, now that I have this freedom, I kind of don't even want to do it. It's like a rebellious kid. It's like a rebellious kid only wants to seek these outside satisfactions or fun with like these bad kids because the father and mother suppresses this kid so much to a point where they explode. You see those like Asian kids where they study so much, they had all these stressing factors in like high schoolers, like they're in high school, IB, and then they do all these honors and AP classes and they're getting 4.0s. Well, when they go into college, now their mind blows the fuck up and now they're like, you know what, I want to try all these things. I had so many of these friends, man. They got into Berkeley, they got into Davis, they got into Stanford. Man, they became the craziest addicts of like these degenerate behaviors, and they dropped out. And some of them are not even making it big at all. So, yeah, man, it is a caged bird. Anyways, I just want to say that we're going to end it here, and just final say is that like we have a new Discord community to uplift Asian men or anyone with like the Asian male experience, anyone who wants to be a part of that. Feel free to click the link below in the description, and you will be part of a bunch of men who will uplift each other and support each other. And not be insecure, not have like these moments. And if you have like moments where it's like, hey, am I being a little bit too overreacting? Am I being too insecure? You could post like whatever you want in there, and then like the brothers will set you straight and be like, nah, this is not something you should be doing. You should be a true alpha male and not even like give too much of a fuck, because if you do, then it's actually gonna fare the opposite. And so you'll have brothers that will guide you, and you could also guide other brothers too if you want. So check it out, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.